Hey folks, we're talking about my first wrongful death case and why it was so emotional. In a nutshell, it was emotional because it involved an utterly fantastic lady who had an equally fantastic family that I was crazy about, and lost her life to an at-fault driver driving on a suspended license on the wrong side of the road, 15 miles an hour over the speed limit, who slammed headfirst into Ann, taking her life. She left behind a great guy, her husband Larry, who I truly enjoyed getting to know. They had a kind and generous adult son and a remarkable adult daughter with a loving husband who gave Ann her only grandchild she ever knew, a granddaughter born just months before the crash that took her life. That added another level of grief to this case, knowing that grandchild would never know the grandmother who adored her. Larry walked me through their life together, which was one of uncommon devotion and companionship. They both loved Jesus, and it showed. Their life together was an act of worship. Ann's life was an act of service. She worked as a nurse in the newborn nursery in the local hospital, and she loved her patients well. So well, she got advanced up into an administrative position. But even when she left that newborn floor, she never left her patients, and she kept on loving them. She converted her quilting hobby into an act of service for them by knitting blankets for all the newborns at the hospital. And that adds another layer of sadness to the case, because Ann died going to a quilting shop that she loved to go to. And for her to be pursuing such a wholesome hobby and have her life taken away so violently just intensified the pain here. The hardest part was sitting with Larry while he relived the moment that he learned Ann had passed away. He was already frantic that day because he hadn't heard from her, and he couldn't get her on her cell phone, which wasn't like her. And then came the highway patrolman to the door. And at about the same time, their daughter pulled in the driveway, and she had already received the news. She told Larry. Larry said, "I just fell down." So all of this summoned an immense amount of sorrow in me, but it is not my job to be overwhelmed by my emotions. It's my job to tell this family's story, to convey their sense of loss, to secure compensation for Ann's wrongful death. And that's what I did. I found every possible insurance policy that could pay a settlement, and a lot of it came from coverage in policies owned by Ann and Larry. It's called underinsurance. I got every penny of all available insurance coverage to pay a settlement in her case. From a professional standpoint, I felt real good about the job I did for them. But more important than that, just learning their story of love and service and devotion to each other as a family and as a married couple made me a better person. And I'm grateful for that opportunity, as sad as it made me. I thank you for thinking about this with me, and I hope I see you soon.